Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a hot, miserable, another summer day. I'm going down to Home Depot, but I'm not going to record inside Home Depot, and I'm going to pick up a product called Damp Rid. I think some of you are familiar with it. It's calcium chloride, actually, and they hang in the closet, and they're supposed to absorb moisture, and they do work. Because of everything being so humid this summer, we have a mildew problem in the house. I mean, we always did, but it's not black mold or anything. It's just, you know, we're getting a musty smell in the house now, a slight musty smell when you walk in from outside. It's just the way it is. There's nothing we can do about it. So in the closets, the Damp Rid for the last month or two have been run out, and we're going to have to spend to buy some more. They're not cheap. They're like $8.50 for just 3 in a box, and each closet takes 6. You know, my son's room is the same way, and the corners under the dressers are really, really, really bad, you know. And there's nothing we can do about it. We just hang these things in there, and that's it. Now, we're running the air conditioners. My son's got his AC running all the time, and AC is supposed to take out the moisture, but I guess in the corners and under the bureaus and, you know, in back of his computer desk, the same way within here. You know, not so much in this room here, it's open, but in closets and stuff. So that's the only real thing that I can do. And I'm also going to pick up some of them Damp Rid. They're a little plastic container. They have a bag of calcium chloride in it. You will take it out and you dump it in there, and you put this plastic screen to snap it back on the top. And those we can stick up underneath the bureaus and stuff. I mean, this is what we've been doing for years. And of course, we have a dehumidifier, but that throws so much heat out that you're sweating. So, I mean, you can't use the dehumidifier and the air conditioner too. It just makes the room so hot. You know, the air conditioners are just keeping this place comfortable now. And we close off rooms that, you know, like this bathroom here that I'm recording in. We close it off, although there's a space above the door up here, so you don't really, you know, you're not totally closed off. But anyways, that's the project for today. And I also took some Lysol wipes and reached underneath and got the, it's a light film of, like a very light film of mildew, you know, in various places. So I'm going to go get some of that now, and then if time permits, I will finish out this video. I have an AT&T Model 210 touch-tone telephone that the keypad went totally dead on. I opened it up. I looked on YouTube to see how you would open them, and I managed to get it open, but I couldn't do nothing with it. It's a printed circuit board and everything. I may show that on the video, but maybe not. It all depends on the time I've got today. Right now, I'm going to go to Home Depot and pick these things up. I'm probably going to have to get 3 or 4 boxes. They're like $8.50 for 3 of them. So I'm going to need 3, 6, 9. I'm going to need 9 of these things to hang in the closet, and in Tommy's room and various other places, and then those round containers. Like I say, it's what they call calcium chloride. And the Damp Rid packages, they hang in the closet, the plastic. I've had them leak out at the bottom with a seal. There's a plastic bag at the bottom that catches the water, and they don't seal them good. And I've had them leak out and ruin the clothes, and you have to run the clothes through the washing machine because that stuff gets like sticky. It's a terrible mess. So I have to take packing tape, clear plastic packing tape, and tape the bottoms of all the Damp Rids, water catching bags on them, because if I don't do that, some of them leak, not all of them. because they just throw these things together any old way, and they get big money for poor quality control. Alright, enough flapping. I did want to make this video because there isn't anything else I can do outside. So I might as well work in the house here. So I'll catch you a little bit on this video. Well, I'm at Home Depot. And of course, like all these parking lots, I always like to try to park in the shade, but, you know, there isn't a bit of shade anywhere around here. I guess I'll go in. I won't record inside. You probably know what damp red looks like. I'll show you the things in case you're not familiar with them. When I get them in the car and it's awful hot, I just turned the car off a minute ago and it's getting stifling in here. I'll tell you, the air conditioner works okay, but it keeps you comfortable, but it don't freeze you out unless it's, you know, not too hot out. Like, the coldest air comes out of here, less cold comes out of here, and this comes out cool over here. So it's probably the ductwork just heating up from the damn hot sun. Whew. I'm going in the store. Well, as you can see, I got the damp red. I'll show you that in a minute. I love these Halloween displays. Let's try this one. I should do something like this for Uncle Dorkle. His legs are skinnier than mine. Nice day. Unbelievable.
I hope you're not too surprised to see me. It's kind of...
See, that's the way I want Uncle Dorkle's mouth to work. See that? I don't want it to make noise like that, though. Alright. I got two of these containers here. These are going under the dressers. Here. Then, of course, these are the ones you hang in the closet. And on the bottom, the plastic bags that collect the water, the seams in some of them are not sealed good, and when they fill with water, they just leak right out, and they get all over your clothes. So I have to take this 2-inch wide clear plastic shipping tape, that, you know, the scotch that you put on boxes to mail out things, and I have to lay this on the table and lay this on half of the tape and then fold it over like that and let the ends of the tape stick out. In other words, seal the bottom of this, because we've had clothes ruined. It was for $39 for all this. So I won't be going to Woodstock Fair this year. This is more important, and I don't want to be cooked in the hot sun anyways. Right, I'm taping up the bottom of these damp reds here because I don't trust the bottoms of these bags. The seam isn't always good, and it opens up and it ruins our clothes. Okay, we just leave a little ear on each side there. That way it makes sure it stays sealed. Oh man, this is the worst it's ever been in the shop. I just turned the AC on. I just finished installing all the damp reds in our closets. And you know, when you live in a mobile home, your closets are jammed full. It's not like when you own a house, your clothes are spread out on the rack, you know, on the bar. Well, ours are on the bar all right, but they're jammed in tight. So you have to make a little room to stick the damp red in there, and every one of them I taped up the bottom. And the top, I don't have one to show you, it's all, the old ones are thrown out now. I replaced 9 of them. So I can't breathe. I gotta get up by the air conditioner. On the top of the damp red, you've got a plastic hanger. And then there's a paper. You've seen it when I was taping it up in the kitchen. On the bottom, there's a clear plastic bag on the second half of the damp red. The first half contains a plastic bag on the back side. It's plastic all the way on the back, and then there's like a paper that where the moist air can get into the calcium chloride, and then that turns to water, sticky water, and goes into the bag. Well, 3 or 4 of these things come off the hanger or the plastic. They're like little plastic rivets in there, and the two pieces snap together. If you ever work with damp red, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I snapped them together the best I could, and then I put tape on that. For the price they get, for 3 of them in a pack for $8 for the unscented ones, it's ridiculous. All right, I probably should have put this air conditioner on an hour ago, but I had to shut the bedroom off. I don't want the damn voltage going down any lower than 112 volts. It's ridiculous. This is a AT&T Model 210 phone. I'm using WVGA. If you don't like it, well, I'm sorry. Sorry, Charlie. I know I'm in a bad mood with this damn heat and humidity. I get really cranky. I don't mean to be that way. I looked online to try to take these things apart. I think there's A1 telephone service or something. There's somebody on YouTube, but they have their comments disabled, but they have old videos, very, very poor quality. But then there is another place that shows you how to open these, because on the, I think it's A1 telephone service or whatever. Anyways, they showed a plate here, and you pop that off, and there's a screw here, and that opens this up. Well, that's on this Model 210, which you can see right here. It does not open that way. What you got to do is at this end here, you take, well, they said a metal spudger. I don't have any of that stuff, but I use a butter knife. And lots of attempts, but I got this open, and this whole thing pops open, and your ringer transducer is on the inside, even though there's no holes here. So you got to be careful. The wires are very short, and it's a circuit board. Now the problem with this phone is you get a dial tone just fine, but when you push these buttons, nothing happens, whether it's on touch tone or pulse. There's a switch right here to the right, and I'm sorry, I'm using the ZE1, see, it's going to be out of focus. So, anyways, it don't matter. So when you're pushing the buttons, nothing happens. But you can receive calls on it, but you can't dial out. The keypad, none of these keys work. So I opened it up, and there's a circuit board. I didn't remove the circuit board. It's too small for me to work on. There's a circuit board. Let me just draw it for you. I'm not going to open this because I don't have a butter knife here. All right, I hope you can see that. Anyways, as you're looking at the back of the circuit board, with this thing face down like this, okay? You got your printed circuit board, there's all your contacts and everything. What I did is, under a microscope eye lope and my head magnifier up there, I retouched as many solder connections as I could. The ones that look gray, none look bad. Now here, there's some fine circuit, and then there's these little black things that are real tiny with a lead on each end. I don't know what they are. I've seen them in circuit boards before. The little tiny black things, square. There's a lot of them in this area here. And then there's a size of a nickel glob of black hard stuff. So there must be some kind of an IC there. So it's not made to be serviced. So something happened with the IC. That's the story of my life. That's why I don't work on things like this. They're not fixable. Now, according to the site that I went to, that company works and repairs these phones, he was saying that, of course the videos are very old, that the AT&T Model 210 is the last of these type of phones that were any good. We can't buy these anymore. Well, actually, my wife said she can order one online for about $12, $13, new supposedly. Probably be the same thing as this, but they're not very reliable. This was a brand new phone. We did not buy this at a yard sale, and my wife likes this phone because she can put it under her chin and do her typing while she's talking and playing. While she's playing Farm Bill, she can talk to her aunt, and so forth. So I went to Target and bought for $16.99 on sale an AT&T phone with the buttons in the handset, which is the kind she likes, like this. The only thing is, it has the caller ID on the back with the buttons, but that's a waste because the caller ID does not work with our Atlantic broadband telephone, which goes to the modem. So that takes 2 batteries, so she didn't put that in because the caller ID don't work anyways. So she doesn't like the phone because it's narrower and it's smaller and it doesn't fit under, it's not comfortable for her to use. So she's going to keep it for a spare and get another one. I thought I could fix it, but I should know better. You can't fix these things, you old goat. You ought to know that by now. I can breathe a little bit. It's getting a little better in here. I don't know. I just can't get my breath. It feels like I'm suffocating. Feels like I'm going to pass out. And so anyways, we spent $39.90 to be exact for all our damp bread. 4 boxes, 3 packs in each box of the damp bread that you hang in the closet. I had to repair, out of the 9, I had to repair 6 of them because they disconnect from the hanger, the white hanger, the plastic hanger, which is clipped with these little buttons to the bag. And if that falls off, that bag could fall down in the closet, go upside down, and all that goo would be all over our clothes. Poor design, very, very poor design. The quality control these days on things sucks. In plain English, it sucks. Oh, anyways, we spent a lot of money. Because of the rotten, horrible heat, humidity, I'm not going to bake myself in the sun and risk passing out. And it's supposed to be lower humidity. I don't believe them. And it might be raining anyway, so I am not going to the fair. I don't have the extra cash anyways. So we're not going to do the Woodstock Fair Saturday. As far as Jewett City is concerned, I don't know. If it's, I wake up and it's 60 degrees out there, fine. If I wake up in the morning and it's 70 degrees, I'm staying in the house. I'm not going anywhere, other than going out for breakfast at Big Belly Kelly. So that's the story there. So I think it would be not too nice to donate this, because why give donate this junk, you know. These things can't be fixed. Years ago, yeah, you might be able to. So, anyways, I figured I'd throw this video together. There isn't anything else I can do but either in the shop here or in the house and on the computer. Jim Asbell is going to be sending me, he calls it, he had a bunch of these, Gordos, Gordos. That's the name I couldn't think of. He built something for me to try out for Uncle Dorkle's mouth solenoid operation. I don't think it's supposed to work with audio. So it's supposed to drive the mouth solenoid, and he supplied a schematic. I don't know if he would be wanting me to show that. I don't think there's a problem, but I will check with Jim before making a video on that. Otherwise, I will show when it comes in, if it gets cool enough for me to work. I can bring Dorkle in here, as I said, but it's so much easier to do them outside. And see how fast the mouth works. Now, earlier in this video, when I was in Home Depot, you noticed I took some videos of the Halloween things. I always enjoy those things. And you see how that witch's mouth moved? That's the way I want Uncle Dorkle's to move, although I don't want it to go clunk, 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 clunk like that. You'll hear the clunking on the solenoid, of course. There's not much you can do, but that's what I am looking for. All right, I'm going to get back in the house. The air conditioner fan is relatively quiet. I ordered some of that Zoom. Zoom is a brand oil, in case anybody don't know. And it's what they call turbine oil. It's a thin machine oil. Probably similar to this oil here that I have used and got at a yard sale for, I think, 50 cents or $1. But it doesn't have a long spout that I can get into the air conditioner with. But this oil here is what I use for fan motors and stuff like that. I do not use 3-in-1 oil in a fan unless it's made for fan, which 3-in-1 oil made for fans is simply 20 weight motor oil, probably non-detergent. But this here is like a machine oil, and I can't really give you a close-up of that because this camera will not focus closer than 10 inches. I have a small, this is a regular 3-in-1 oil that you're not supposed to use on motors because it gums up. It's good for hinges and stuff like that. But it has a big head on it for the Zoom spout, which does come out. But that spout would not go through the grates of the air conditioner. In other words, on the outside, the side vents in the cabinet, the metal cabinet, this will not go through. Where that Zoom oil that I ordered on eBay, thanks to Morslack telling me about it, I got one coming. That's all I had in my eBay bank right now, but I'm going to order some more when cash starts flowing in. I want to keep one of those Zoom bottles in the shop here, and then I want to keep another one in the main shed so that I'll have them for other projects. I don't have to keep going in here and going out. And I know I'm talking a lot, but you know what? All I can do is talk. At least I can do that. All talk, no action. You won't see any action until the weather gets a lot better. I think probably by October. So we'll have 1 month before the snow flies and Halloween. Remember, 2 seasons. Hot, humid summers, cold, snowy winters. 2 seasons. See ya! How do you like that one, Doug?